If you've been trying to improve your posture with exercises, devices, or going to different health professionals and it hasn't been working, in this video I'm going to tell you the real reason why so many people aren't able to make sustained improvements in their forward head posture and how you actually can. We have a poor posture epidemic. And the proof is in the approximately $1 billion fix your posture industry, which, by the way, only includes posture improvement devices, let alone health professionals and various exercise programs that you can buy. The question is, do any of these things actually work when it comes to fixing forward head posture? And why are there so many people who still have forward head posture despite trying and doing all of these things again and again, day after day? I remember going to the chiropractor as a kid and my posture would definitely be better after I left those appointments, but then it would relapse. It would go back to the way that it was, and it was kind of this yo-yo effect where my posture would get better and worse and it would never really stay in that improved position. And I imagine this is the situation that a lot of you out there are in who are watching this as well, where you've tried to improve your posture or improve various imbalances in your body through going to different professionals and doing different exercises, and it maybe feels like no matter what, you can't improve your posture, improve the imbalance all the way, or when you do improve it, it always goes back and forth and back and forth. Now, why is this? And the answer is because forward head posture is often misunderstood. It's often called upper cross syndrome, meaning there are 4 points of imbalance across the upper region of the body. The upper traps and neck muscles get tight that contribute to neck extension. And then the pecs and anterior delts in the front of the body are also tight. And then there's weakness. There's weakness in the lower trap muscles and the rhomboids, which people try and fix with things like rowing exercises and various strengthening movements. And the last area of imbalance is the one that's most often overlooked, which is the deep neck flexor muscles, which are weak. Now, if you try and research how to correct this, you'll find a lot of videos online with exercises to strengthen your neck muscles. However, what a lot of people don't realize is that the real imbalance, the core imbalance, actually has to do with the mouth, the jaw, and the tongue. The extrinsic muscles of your tongue are connected to the hyoid bone. So when the tongue pushes up on your palate, it contributes to neck flexion and draws your chin in towards your vertebrae. You can also think of this like your tongue creates an anchor or a force through the top of your head that pushes the crown of your head upwards towards the sky. And when the tongue is not on the palate, a key piece of this chain is missing, and that will create an imbalance, and that will contribute to forward head posture. So not addressing this piece of the puzzle means that there can be results that constantly relapse. Say someone has forward head posture and rounded shoulders. They try to improve their posture with exercise videos on YouTube, but they can never fully fix it. Their jaw is too small for their tongue to push up, so they can't have proper neck flexion as long as their tongue is not up on their palate. Another example, someone has knee pain and an imbalance in their hips that they're constantly trying to fix. They go to get adjustments done, they do different exercises, but they can't seem to fully fix the issue. It's likely because their jaw is uneven and their tongue is pushing more on one side than the other. It doesn't matter how much corrective stretching and exercise you do if you're missing this piece of the puzzle. What we want is the entire tongue to be sort of vacuumed to the upper palate in a very natural way throughout the day when you're sleeping, etc. And figuring out why it's not in that position is important, and then doing things like myofunctional therapy and potentially trying to improve the expansion of your jaw to be able to have your tongue in that position is what will complete the missing link of this chain and have your head in that natural neck flexion. Now, does this mean that we should completely throw out all the posture improvement devices and stop doing corrective exercises or going to see the professionals? And the answer is no, because this cycle, this imbalance actually functions the other way as well. The worse that our postures become, the more difficult it will be to engage our tongues on our palate. And we're seeing the unfortunate consequences of this, I think, in the younger generation, where we have a generation of people who are spending a lot of time sitting over iPads and phones and computers, and of course, even adults are doing this as well. And this forward position of the head is creating excessive strain on our neck muscles, which is creating more forward head posture. When this happens, the imbalance is becoming even worse, and now it's harder to push our tongues on our palate, and that is going to have consequences for our jaw development and for our breathing and our airways as well. For a lot of people who keep bumping against a ceiling when they're trying to improve their posture, it's because possibly they're not aware that that ceiling actually has to do with their mouth, their jaw, and their tongue. Now, it's still a good idea to try to improve your posture as much as you can up until that ceiling. And then if you reach that ceiling, it's probably going to be necessary to focus on improving your resting tongue position if you want to go even further. So thank you for watching this video. In the description, there's a link to our free course area where we have some basic exercises to help you start improving your tongue position and your posture and things like this. And we'll see you in the next video.